Okay, good afternoon, guys. I think this is the first I'm going to be doing a video in the afternoon. Um, for those who are seeing me for the first time, my name is Michelle. I am living in Ghana. I'm a Jamaican living in Ghana, but I'm not the only Jamaican here. In fact, I didn't know there were so many Jamaicans here, but there are many Jamaicans here. Jamaicans who migrated to US, who migrated to Canada, who migrated to US. Um, Canada, US, and the UK, and they are now here in Ghana, right? So there's a large diasporan community here, and it's not just in Cape Coast, they are all over, and that is my discovery. There are persons who reached out to me on this YouTube channel, and I'm finding out, and so I'm learning the different places in Ghana. Having said that, I am specifically here to make I don't want to call it an announcement. I need to clarify some things. And I have been I was approached recently mainly because there are persons making calls to somebody here about my channel and the problems that I have discussed, that I have had with my house and is having with my house, and I don't know who they think is to blame. I personally think there are persons who have not been watching all the YouTube channel, but I won't going to just go into clarifying. But before I clarify, I told some persons that the second bedroom is ready, and we had not moved over. My daughter, who is out sitting, is coming back this Saturday, so we decided to migrate. Myself and Carissa, we have migrated from the front room to the second room, right? Until my mother gets here. So we're spreading out for now. And then, when she gets here, we'll reassess and go and fix. So let me just give a quick glimpse of the room now with how we arranged it. Right? So this is the back window. That's the side window, right? Remember, I only prime the walls, so you're not going to see beautifully painted walls. But this is it, all right? I brought those from the US with a whole lot of books, art books, because, I'm an art teacher. That's the table over there that I built. I just did that little stand there this morning. Because we had books and our Bibles and so on. So I said I'd do it. And I took some of the clutter off the tables with our whole heap of pens and all those things. So I put them below. So that's my little, I'll paint it at another time, but that's my little thing. And again, that's the little, the storage bin. Carissa loves to sit there, and because I'm going to move to the table, I brought this table in the room with, so that's the doorway, right? So instead of putting the mesh back up over the bed, we decided to just drop it in front of, because I don't have my door yet, right? So it will keep out the flies and the mosquitoes a little, not completely, don't get me wrong, but this is Carissa's and myself room now. So Davia will be having the front room, right? All right. Having done that now, let's move on to the point of this little video. Yeah. Okay. So what I need to clarify, for those persons who have been with me in the beginning, based on, because I talk, as things come to, I don't sit down and plan what I'm saying. Some things happens in the yard, I'ma share it. I know that I had to think back to the move, because those were in the past. The move here, the things I had to do, prepare, and so on. So let's talk about the fact that I got here through a diasporan who moved here years before, and through her kindness, she bought the property on my behalf. She used her workers, well, not her workers, our partners' workers. Those are the persons who worked on the house, who built the house. Their references dealt with the roof and the windows and so on. They have nothing at all to do with the persons I purchased the property from. Now, I know there are persons who know me from the interview that was done with me and my kids for Focus Land Construction. Now, Focus Land Construction is who I purchased that property, this property from, at Lion of Judah. To be honest, when I purchased, because I purchased the property from I was in the US, and I got the receipt with whatever, and I didn't pay attention to the name. I don't know who they were. The only reason why I know the name Joe, it was because when I spoke to the lady here, she said she didn't see anything down in the middle of agenda, the lower part, but up at Lion of Judah probably had properties, and she would have to talk to Joe. So that is how I heard the name Joe. And Joe was the person I purchased the property from. When I got here, I was introduced to Joe. When I did the video, the interview with Joe, and they interviewed me about being the first resident in Lion of Judah, that was the idea of Focus Land Instruction came to mind, solidified in my mind, and I understood that they are responsible for Focus Land, and Focus Land also did construction. I had no idea that they had. I had no idea that they built houses as well. So all my experiences with building had nothing to do with Focus Land Construction. It's just a private person who used persons that he used on his house and sent them here to work on my house. And having said that, they are not the only persons around here. There are so many different construction contractors with many different Ghanaians. Many of them work different ways. I know that for a fact. Some are very expensive, some not so expensive. If you're going to the contractors, it's especially. Some are reasonable, some are not so reasonable, if you want to use those terms. But there is a lot to choose from. What I am talking about, and I keep having to say, is I am only talking about my experiences. My experiences have nothing to do with Focus Land. I've never, let me say again, I didn't even know that they did construction. The joke, I guess the joke is on me, because I say Focus Land Construction, but I think having purchased the property from them, I just thought about purchasing the property. In fact, I think it was around the time when I was doing the interview that Joe explained why he was doing it. And then I was discovering that they are the persons who I purchased the property from. And they had, and I even said to Joe, so you didn't tell me that you had persons who could build. But having started privately, I continued privately. Right? There's a little bit thing here who starts, you have to finish it. So if me run them, on my own, I have to find persons who are willing to come make the fixes. But the only thing I've done with Joe is purchase the property. Joe consistently came here, kept tabs on me. He commiserated with me when I had an experience with persons coming here. In fact, he encouraged me. In fact, the man who I said broke into my house and stole my pot, he was saying that when I had seen him walking around, I should have taken a picture of him and sent it to him, because he knows the persons around here, so he could have known what to do. So he's the person who I liaison with when it comes to asking certain questions, getting certain directions. If I want somebody, and not only Joe, but I can ask him those things. If I want somebody, like, no, I told him I want somebody who can cut into the other 2 plots that I have so I can go on doing some farming over there too, he will willingly look for somebody who can help me out. When I just came here, I didn't know I needed a generator. And I remember he saw that we were struggling because now, not only do I have no lights, well, the solar light was, doing its thing, but specifically where it concerns pumping water, I needed a generator for that. And I was just tired of sending to ask somebody if they can lend me, having to pay Bubba sometime to bring it up, then send it back down, and so on. And I remember Joe was the person who said he had one to lend me. So Joe lends me a generator. He loans me a generator. Now, while he has gotten back his generator, because I now have my own, it's not, I want it to be clear, it's not a service here. There's no service here for people to lend their equipment and so on. He just did it out of the kindness of his heart, right? And I think he had it put down for a while. That's just my opinion, because he kept breaking down. And I'm only mentioning it because every single time it broke down, Joe, it gone again. And he's here on a bike. If he has to move it, he took it down on a bike. A couple times at his expense, fixing most of the time at his expense. I lost a couple of money, yes, but I got it to use until I could stand on my own 2 feet. That's the only thing I've done. And he didn't do it on behalf of Focus. He did it on behalf of Joe. So I am saying this to say, clarify, my building has nothing to do with Focus Land Construction. The only thing is, and this was after I got here, I discovered that Focus Land Construction existed, and they were the persons per se who I purchased the plots from. That's it. Nothing else. None of the persons who worked on this house work for Focus Land as far as I know. Know that I'm hearing about Focus Land. So, for heaven's sake, those persons who are thinking that's the case, they did not clarify who is in charge of my building. And I don't think that's the focus of what I'm saying here. It's not the who, it's the what. The fact that it happened. Those who are going to come here and build now, if they ask me to suggest somebody, I'm now in a better position to suggest persons who I know, having used them, will do a good job. Like Simon. Simon did my tiling. Someone reached out to me from my YouTube commenters and let me know that they use Simon. I didn't mention Simon name about the bathroom, so I know all those persons who watched the video on my bathroom, the solution for my bathroom. Simon is the person who did it, and he did a really good job. He tiled the back room too and the closet, and I was very satisfied with how he did that. No, there is no way, little old me, in just a Cebu, Cape Coast, near Cape Coast, and I'm trying to learn the surrounding areas. There is no way I can speak for every Ghanaian. There's no way I can speak for every worker. Even in Little Cebu or Gendom community, that the amount of Ghanaians who are doing construction. So the carpenter will mess up my door, the man will mess up my roof, the one will mess up my window. Those are 3 individuals in a sea of Ghanaians. There is no way saying they mess up my place will speaks to every Ghanaian and every worker in Ghana. Please, people, be reasonable in your thinking. Think about what you're saying before you say it. Some of you is like you watch one video and you run with the one video. One person telling me that I should plant a garden. For those who have watched all my videos, I think you know by now that I already have a garden. I have reaped from the garden. I have eaten cucumber, potato, tomatoes, pumpkin. I've eaten those things. Me watching me watching my cassava them. Me watching my banana, my planting tree them. And me know the pear them and the lime and the orange them don't know where near for eat. And the cane. You can see the cane from here so. Please think about what you are saying before you carry it abroad. We are adults, people. I'm an adult. I do not have the time for this. I do not have the time to be tracking behind people to clarify things that if they watch the videos, they would have seen. I only speak about my experiences because I don't want to say. So the persons I bring here and they work on my house and they mess it up. My experience. That's the only thing I'm speaking to. Even if I'm trying to figure out there's a way that I would have said something for anybody to target a particular group of people, I would not. I don't understand people. And I don't want to keep having to say the same thing over and over again. People, this is my experience. Negative, positive. I've had them. Even if I had all negatives, I am happy to be here. I do not regret my decision, and I've said this in other videos. I guess I'll have to keep saying it because there will always be that one person who see one video and run with what I see in the video. Oh, it's negative to Ghanaians. Oh, it's talking about this. Oh, and they have no idea what went on previously. It's like somebody coming in the middle of a speech and then just as they sit down, raise them and ask a question that was asked before they come in. Then now sit down, take a deep breath, and listen to see if anything passed or what was already passed. Then just ask. I don't look like the idiot. The person who asked the question will look like the idiot. Having said that, again, we're all adults. Please act like adults. I am not here to pull down anybody, any group. I am not here to pull down. My only aim is to, through my experiences, and people don't ask if I don't enjoy being here. I love being here. If you decide, say, you're not coming here because you hear me say this and I'm going to wonder. Because as I say, 3 or 4 persons who worked on this house only. You know how much house in Arsable? You know how much diaspora and areas in this entire region, central region is huge. I don't know half the amount of diasporans who are here who use Ghanaians. You think all of them have the experiences I have? No, they don't. Some of them do, some of them don't. Please, people, think about what you're saying before you have to say it. And it's like me keep repeating it because I can't say it enough. Please, I don't want anybody to mix me up. I don't want anybody to... And don't get me wrong. It's not a cursing off video. It's a clarifying video. But I've had to clarify. At a time like this, I was actually in my yard this morning. I put some more bamboo on the fence them when I'm struggling to finish. And after I put up the bamboo, and you remember the cement bag them, there's a video that I put out with the cement bag them that I stitched together on my sewing machine, and I put them on the fence too. To me, I enjoy doing things like that. I enjoy thinking of the stupidness, putting them together and making them work. I enjoy doing that. That's me. So it doesn't matter to me who think my reset is regression. It doesn't matter to me who think I'm struggling. Yes, I'm struggling. I struggled in Jamaica, I struggled in the US, and I'm struggling here. I'm a hard worker. And sometimes I lift up the bamboo them struggling to carry them. So I like to carry a whole lot of things one time so I don't make too many trips. So I tend to try to carry 4 bamboo. There is no way I can carry 4 bamboo, especially if the size is kind of big. But I do try. If it's even carry them part way, and when one drop part way, I carry the other 3, put on, and then come back for the one. Right? So I am always doing something crazy. Crazy to me, People will laugh at it some of the time. It doesn't bother me. My bed, I think when I think my bed look good, I should have probably shown off it. There are some persons who are very, very, very observant, you know. So I know that some people look upon my bed foot when we show the bed in the front room. It's the same bed base, so I bitch up out a door. I'm gonna put sponge on it. I like it. It's 500 cedis for one of those brown spongy thing. They're covered with brown leather. 500 cedis for them. I think I need 2. So that's 1,000 cedis. And I'm not going to take the 1,000 cedis to run and go and buy 2 of those to make my bed, you know, up there when we can go and use it. 4 sponge seat. 3. And when I don't want to tell you what I put it this side, because the width of the bed is wider than the sponges. So on the side there, length of it, where nothing was there to balance my bed, I'm not going to tell you guys what I put there. Right? But that's me. That's me. And I really don't care how you do your things. And when I come out here, that's all I'm focusing on. I enjoy doing foolishness to satisfy my utilitarian needs. And then work. The table when I bitch up, when I show you this morning, I love doing those things. In fact, I'm telling Carissa, I said we're going to put a feature wall over there. So get my spray paint, my stencils, maybe my airbrush, and do one kind of thing on the wall over there. So, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do a video for it. I'm happy here, strugglingly happy. So, persons who are not listeners, who don't understand that they need to research before they draw conclusions, make judgments, please do due diligence, please. And that's help me too. Due diligence, please. We are adults. Please act like adults. I want to interrupt my trip. We went yesterday to get some oranges, but we forgot to carry our stick. And I was planning to do that. So I don't want to forget to do this because I didn't plan to do that. Tomorrow morning was a different thing. So I just took the afternoon because I don't usually make videos in the afternoon. So I just took this opportunity before I go over the bush to just make this little video. And I can go on and on about the follies. The folly of people jumping to conclusions and assumptions. I think I know what them say about assumption. Yeah. So I'd appreciate it if persons don't do it. My subscribers, as far as I know, are persons. I've never had unless I miss it, I've never had a problem with any of the subscribers I currently have. And let me tell you, it was amazing how many subscribers I gained in the space of time since I started this YouTube channel. And believe you me, while I had the experience, it was just private conversations with persons. And I guess when I ask question and answer, I got the encouragement to do the YouTube channel. And hence, here I am. I think I enjoy sharing. I'm enjoying the experience. I don't want to get to a point where I just decide not to, because there are so many persons who are benefiting from this. But I don't want an additional stress. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the talking. I enjoy sharing my backyard, my front yard, my side yard. I enjoy sharing the Lion of Judah community. And I said recently, once me feel secure here, because now with the burglar bars and so, it's not so bad. I shouldn't say not so bad. I have not had an issue since. I have not had an issue since that time I spoke about. And the person's passed and they called to me and I feel okay here. Yeah. Looking forward to the persons who come in to build this year, and I'm encouraging those persons who have properties over here, come and build. I need some neighbors. But in the meantime, please understand that my experiences are my own. If you want to ask me a private question, ask me the question. Don't jump to conclusion, please. I'm open. There are persons who contact me directly and have spoken to me. And there are persons who have reached out and assisted me. And again, I am learning to accept help. I am learning to accept help. So, all my experiences are learning experiences. That's what experiences are for. Teaching. All right. I don't want this YouTube channel experience to be, it's a learning experience. I don't want it to be a negative one, especially with so many persons benefiting positively. All right. So, again, I'm not a part, none of my building, no area of my building was done by Focus Land Construction. The only thing I got from them is the plots. So thank you, Focus Land. I think the interview at the time was done to assure persons that it's legit. It is a legitimate company. It's not a scam. They do not force persons to do. To see it, I could have purchased it from them, and I heard from them that, and they had construction persons. If there were persons who insisted that you use them, they don't. So you can choose who you want to build on your property, even if you have purchased your property from Focus Land. And that was the point Joe was trying to make. That was how I found out that they built, But he really wants people to understand, we sell you the property, they sell you the property. If you choose to use their workers, fine. If you choose not to, that's also fine. I have never used any of their workers. All right. So have a good day. I'm going to get some more oranges, or the orange field over there. Yes, I was there, and I just say hello, Lauren. I'm going to raid Lauren orange trees and Dorothy lime trees and my brother's lime tree. So any one of those trees on Dorothy property or Lauren's property, and please, it's not Dorothy from Focus. It's another Dorothy, my neighbor. I have never met her, but she owns a property beside me. And there's a property she has beyond my brother's that has lime, one lime tree, missing. But sometimes I go over there and see lime on it. Right? So if I can beat the persons, the villagers, and I get. I haven't had a lime in a while, so I'm going over there to get some lime, and I'm going to raid Lauren's orange tree. So if Lauren ever see this video, I'm going to raid your orange trees. And for those persons who want to report to Lauren, I already got the okay that anytime oranges are on the trees, I am free to pick as much as I want. Alright guys, have a good day. Hope I didn't distress anybody. Hope everybody who has a problem or didn't understand that, understand that I did not build using Focus Land Construction. Alright, bye.